Okay, so what's up guys, I'm Pixel Sammy. I'm back with another new video. So in this particular video, we're going to talk about this particular lens by Viltrox, which is the 20mm wide angle manual focus lens. And also I'm going to give out this particular Kodak Film Overlays, which I talked about a few weeks back. More on that later. And also a huge shout out to these people who commented in last week's video. Thank you so much for all the support, and if you guys like this particular video, drop a like, comment down below and subscribe to this channel. And with that being said, let's get started. So with that being said, we're going to talk about this particular lens by Viltrox, which is a 20mm wide angle lens. It is a E Mount lens, but there are some other variations as well. The link to the website is there in the description, so you guys can definitely check it out from there. So with that being said, this is a full frame manual lens for Sony E Mount. It is a 20mm lens, but of course you guys can definitely use it for APS-C lens. For Sony, the crop factor is around 1.6, so it will be around 32mm in an APS-C sensor. Now, because of the fact that there is no stabilization or there is no autofocus, so it is mainly a photography lens, not more of a videography lens. But of course, you guys can definitely use this for a videography lens as well, because you guys already have a stabilizer. And also in most high-end cases, most videographers and filmmakers don't use the autofocus in their cameras. They always use the manual focus. So this is also a great option for videography as well, because of the fact that it is very wide angle, which gives it a really good option to use in places such as real estate, street photography, documentaries, etc. But you need to use manual focus only, and with the focus motor and the gimbal, this will work really well. Now, as far as examples and example shots of this particular lens is concerned, there are some example shots of this particular lens which I have clicked with the Sony A6300. So it is a APS-C lens, so make sure that the images will be 1.6 times cropped than the original. But in this particular cases, I have not actually noticed any kind of distortions, a little bit in the edges, but not more than that. Other than that, the center portion of this particular photos or the pictures are really sharp. And trust me, because of the price it is sold at, it does the job really well. And on top of that, I'm going to use my Kodak Films Overlay, which I mentioned few days back. So these are the Kodak Films Overlay, which you can use in your photos or in your videos. It is just a drag and drop overlay, which you can directly drop it on your timeline in your videos, or you can just drag and drop it in a new layer in your Photoshop. And just that is it. If you want, you can add some 30mm or 35mm film grains, 16mm film grains. The link to different film grains are also there in the description. You guys can definitely check it out from there. Now, making this particular overlays were really difficult because these are taken from actual photos. I had a really tough time actually making this particular overlays, and I'm really happy and proud with this particular results, because it really adds a little bit of vintage vibes to your pictures and to your photos. And of course, you guys must have seen this particular overlays, this similar kind of overlays in many music videos, many new videos nowadays, because this is basically a latest trend right now. Most of the people are liking this particular effect, liking this particular overlays. Also, they are liking those kind of overlays which I mentioned few days back, which Matt Como used in one of his videos. Those are some of the ones which are also famous right now. It is a little bit trendy, so I hope you guys like this particular new trend and use it in your own pictures and videos as well. So the link to this particular overlays are there in the description. You guys can definitely check it out from there. The paid one and the free ones are also there in the description below, so make sure to check it out. You'll definitely love this. So coming back to this particular review, so this particular lens is very sharp, and as far as quality of this particular lens is concerned, most Chinese brands really don't compromise on the quality of the lenses. This is made of really tough metal. Trust me, it is really sturdy and really tough. I'm really happy with the particular quality this particular lens is made of. You guys will not be disappointed with the quality of this particular lens, trust me. And also I forgot to mention is that this particular lens is a semi-manual lens, which means that there is some electronic connection with your camera, which means all the HZIP data are there in the camera. You guys can definitely see the HZIP data in your camera, but that is pretty much it. All the aperture and the focus is there in this particular lens. But yes, because of the connection electronically with the camera, you guys can definitely see the zebras, the focus points, focus peaking, etc. with this particular lens, because it is semi-manual lens. So other than that, there is one more thing which I loved about this particular lens, is that the front portion is totally spherical, like those aspherical lens from other brands. Because of the wide angle, this particular lens, this particular spherical feature is something I like the most. But also there is one more disadvantage to this particular spherical lens, because of the fact that you guys will not be able to fit any kind of filters directly into the lens. But this brand has came to a solution with this particular adapter. So you guys can just remove the hood from this particular lens, attach this particular adapter, and after that you guys can attach a 82mm diameter filter on top of this lens. And I feel this is a really cool solution. I don't know why most companies don't do this. So that is pretty much it for this particular video. For videos with this particular lens, make sure to use a stabilizer, because otherwise, as this has no inbuilt stabilization, and if your camera doesn't have inbuilt stabilization, it will be a really tough job to actually stabilize these footages without a gimbal or a stabilizer. So make sure to use it with a stabilizer. The footages will come really cool. So with that being said, this is pretty much it. I hope you guys like this particular review of this particular lens. The link to this particular lens is there in the description below. Make sure to check it out and also purchase it if you guys like this particular lens. This is one purchase which I am sure you guys will not regret, because for the price of this particular lens, this has a lot of things to offer. And also they have other variations such as the 85mm ones, which is also the autofocus ones, and they also have a manual focus one for that one as well. But I genuinely like the wide angle one more, because wide angle is certainly more my style than a more 85mm ones, because I don't like, you know, high focal lengths much. I like the wide angle ones much better. So if you guys like this particular video, drop a like, subscribe to this channel, comment down below what you guys think of my new overlays and also this particular lens. And I'll be back with another video soon. Peace out.